All right, I want to go to your calls or I'll never get to them. We're doing 2 hours at least, maybe 3 hours, of overdrive after this show today. It'll be audio, video streams at Infowars.com/listen. You can also find the streams at PrisonPlanet.com, PrisonPlanet.tv. And I get wound up here. I mean, I get right down to the guts, right down to who I am. It sounds wild. It sounds like a movie of what, but those are based on how people really act when they've committed to something. When you fully know the danger and just commit to it and go through it, it's a spiritual decision. And I want to know the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God. And I want to be strong in the face of the tyrants. I want to defend little 8-year-old boys like Martin Richard, who they're using for their tyranny, and watching Americans be so sentimental and crying and the goodness and, hey, we're going to have courage and all this. But it's only so they can take our sentimentality and say, you're going to have courage with the Army checking your ID now when you walk down the street. You're going to have courage when we take your bank account without a warrant. You're going to have courage when we arrest gun owners for 10-round mags are up. You're going to have, see, it's all about, and the government's the big papa. Oh, you did good when the bombing happened. You know, the patriotism. The patriotism, you mean for the New World Order? That's not the patriotism. They are preying on you, and it's cynical, it's disgusting, and it's horrible to admit to yourself. I know it is. But I have never had anything but success against these people. When I would expose $3,000, $2,000 a day fines on old people taking their houses for 3-inch grass, it would stop them. When I would fight for people with the CPS going after their kids, we would stop them. But I couldn't do all the cases. I couldn't help. I'd help one, and then hundreds would come. And I was like, other people, you need to help them. And then I have to triage this. Triage is where I have to turn it off and just go, I can't, the hundreds of families a day having their kids taken, in most cases for absolutely no reason. I have to just sit there and go, well, I'll work till 10 tonight. I'll do another video on vaccines killing people when I read about the vaccines killing people. I'll do another, like when I'm totally tired, got a headache, exhausted, I will literally go in my office and just get down on my knees and say, God, give me energy, give me strength to fight. And then my subconscious, the devil, whatever you want to call it, comes and says, oh, look, you did a bad job. Look how obnoxious you are. Look, doesn't matter. My heart's right. I'm doing the best job I can. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not on your knees at least once a day, really trying to get close to God in times like these, there's something wrong with you. And you can knock God all day, but notice as God has gotten out of our lives and as Christ has gotten out of our lives, look at what America's turning into. Just look at it. Just look at it. Just look. And I don't point at the corrupt churches and say, oh, you want me to go to that. No, that's part of the problem. That's all Christ talked about was corrupt churches of his day. And then Paul, the fake Christian churches, the Pharisees in there. But it's the reality that people have become willfully evil, willfully arrogant. They're like, I don't care what's happening. All I want to do is go have a good time. But when you're like that, having the good time isn't fun. I mean, so many men, just using this as an analogy, that have never really had success with women, once they do later in life, run around crazy with all these sexual partners, all this stuff, because they were never fulfilled. But when it's just empty, sex stops even being good. If there's not that love there, if there's not that real connection, both people just get emptied out. It's not even real anymore. So people do wilder and wilder things trying to find, so many decadent people just get more and more decadent and more empty. Whereas if you love somebody, it just gets better and better. It's the same thing. Evil is not going to fulfill you. The people involved in this bombing, you're not fulfilled. Most of you are turned over to evil completely. You're on a power trip that you're in on the big secret. Let me tell you, you're not in on a lot of it. I'm in on all of it because I've studied history. I'm in on all of it. I can decompartmentalize their entire operation because I've studied it with a serious mind. And let me tell you, this thing is a man-eating bear trap you don't want to be part of. Let's go to these calls. I apologize. Let's talk to Rick in Virginia. You're on the air, Rick. What's your take on all this?
Yeah, well, I found a news article from the New York Magazine claiming that there's going to be pictures of the 2 suspects coming out today. But within this news article, it's not claiming that the suspects are the 2 suspects that have gone viral in all these pictures. It's going to be 2 other suspects, and these 2 suspects in the pictures that have gone viral, the guy in the blue jacket is actually a teenage kid who's running on his school's track team, and the guy in his white hat and black backpack is actually his track coach. Just wanted your thoughts on that.
No, I've said over and over again, they'll come out with cover stories and they'll put forward a distraction away from the original redneck patsies that they were going to roll out. They're going to have cover stories. They're going to try to spin this. But my whole point is we put out all the suspicious groups with the backpacks, and they've chosen to go with this. You understand?
Yeah,
Send me that article. Send me that article. What's the headline on that article?
It is images of Boston suspects, not the guys on the Post's front page, will be released today.
There it is. Images of suspects, not the guys on the Post front page, will be released today. And let's scroll down to it. Let's scroll down to the images they're talking about. Yeah, there you go. Spin machine and high drive. See, why don't they release all the Navy SEAL photos, the redneck photos, the guys crouching in doorways with bags? They're saying there was no drill, when it's clear they were having a giant drill right there. So we will continue to follow with all of that. Yeah, now if you look at that guy with the bag, the black bag with the silver stripe, that's what matches what the FBI is saying what's left. And I believe that's who they claim they were going to arrest, and that's their patsy. Now, who knows what they'll try now? But again, the big story here is that there's swarming drill going on with special forces, what looks like Army and Navy, everywhere. I mean, literally by the flags where this happened, and they've denied the drill when they were announcing the drill, and they've tried to grab all the victims and keep them quiet. So, again, we know there was a major drill going on, and we know they said that they had already arrested the guy. Why isn't there an investigation now that they didn't have the press conference? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And again, why are they trying to divert? And again, there's other Saudis that they've arrested and then released or gone to their houses. And then you've got meeting with the Saudi ambassador out of the blue. It's just, and again, that they do it because they know the simple minds can't understand what's going on with all this. But my point is, we were the first to release all these photos in the media. Have you noticed none of the media now, yesterday, kept their mouth shut, didn't run with this, even when it was on Drudge, and then only showed the photos, even though they've been showing a guy on the roof, until the FBI said it was okay. Does that show how controlled they are?
No, I'm not saying, that I don't believe anything. I just
No, Rick, I want your take on it. I want to hear what you have to say. You don't have to agree with me. I'm saying, do you see what I'm saying? The big story is the cover-up of the drill. I appreciate your call. Let's talk to Chad in Kentucky. Chad, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was watching a live leak from a local Boston channel reporting on the what was going on at the courthouse. They had a helicopter footage, and it literally looked like you were watching a movie. They had military outside the courthouse with AR-15s protecting it while they kicked everyone out of the courthouse. Then they showed this van with tinted windows with a military person hanging off the side go zoom up the street back into the courthouse. And it looked like they basically took someone out. And
yeah, do me a favor. Find that video and send it. I actually saw some of that walking by. I think it was CNN during a break. But you get dingy when you're on the air this much. That's what I'm saying. That's the courthouse where they were saying they were going to have the press conference in front of it. And then they said another location. And then they run in exactly. They wanted to get the media out to get rid. They said, we've arrested. We have the suspect. And then here comes the black van to get him out of there to sleep with the fishes or whatever happened to him. So, yes, what was that Boston station? Boston helicopter?
It was WCVB.com, the Boston channel. I sent it to Rob Dew's email.
What time did you send that?
Probably about an hour ago.
All right, I'll guys, go tell Dew or call him, because I know the building's big now. It's going over there. We just keep getting the space next to us and next to us. We have the whole building as like an aircraft carrier. We got room to grow here. Thank you. Gosh, I should have been going to more of your calls. Absolutely. They acted, I mean, that was a way, in my opinion, the most likely thing. That's what I do is approximations. The most likely thing is, because they said, we have him, we're going to have a press conference, we got the guy. We got him, yay! And it's like, oh, no, we don't, because they've decided to go with some other plan. To then take all the guys with the backpacks, pick the ones that maybe aren't involved or are Middle Eastern that are a rabbit trail or maybe are, they cover it up. and then they get rid of it. But the media had already jumped the gun and said it's lone wolf, not foreign, it's right-wingers. They had already jumped the gun because they wanted to be first, and they've all got White House connections, MSNBC and others. I mean, do you see how big that is, or do you have other points you'd like to add?
Oh, no, I definitely see how big it is. I think they were probably going to roll out the white right-wing guy, probably the guy in the blue robe that was holding that backpack, but then as soon as we got all the videos and photos out, they couldn't do it.
Yeah, so maybe they'll get some other schizophrenic or something. They'll probably electroshocking somebody right now where they won't know where they are for a month. And you turn it up on high, and then they'll roll him out drooling, or who knows? I mean, who knows? Or they may be torturing the guy to, get him to confess or before they roll him out. I have no idea. I mean, I just know McVeigh was assigned the second most famous mind control doctor in U.S. history, Jolyon West, the protege of the CIA director of MKUltra, Dr. Ewan Cameron. And that's History Channel documentaries. And then they're like, oh, never mind, the top mind control doctor is McVeigh's doctor. And then McVeigh would get off the drugs and tell people in jail cells next to him, I'm under mind control. I'm Army Special Forces. They set me up. And then Nichols signed an affidavit saying that. Plus, that's what all the cops I talked to in Oklahoma City said. McVeigh was totally set up. And I've been telling people last week, I said Monday before this even happened, because the show, led into it. I remember saying, people can look this up. I remember saying, look, if you're in the military or police, don't be part of these drills. Because 1 out of 100, they're going to blow you up. Man, you can't be any more on target than that. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. And absolutely, that's why I said they were going to go with the rednecks, but they went with the Saudis, whether they're real or not, as a divert. And then they probably had other backup rednecks in the area, too, that aren't in the photo. But they're scared. They're going over all the photos to see if we've got photos of the rednecks next to their handlers. And, again, I wouldn't want to be those rednecks right now. Poor guys, they were like, be part of a special program to help America. And we want to be part of a drill, just like 7-7 with those Arabs. I want to help America. Good, Billy. You're going to help them now. Are you ready? I mean, it's just so sick. All right, thank you. God bless you. Let's go to Matt in Alabama. You're on the air.
How you doing today?
Pretty good.
I just want to say thank you so much for breaking the news yesterday. And I was trying to post it as quick as you were breaking it on Facebook, and they were editing and taking away as quick as I was.
Oh, yeah. Facebook is a pump and dump scam by the Bilderbergs. He officially attends it. He calls us dumb efforts. We use it just to expose him. But, yeah, they censor everything. People try to do articles about Benghazi cover-up. They'll shut down your account. I mean, Facebook is a stinking joke. Go ahead.
I know, and I'm prior military, and I'm a veteran, Sergeant of Marines, and also trained as a police officer. So this thing stinks to high heaven, and what we need to do is troll Facebook to see if we can find names to faces that you have posted on the pictures to see if maybe we might be able to find somebody who... Yeah, that's what Jakari Jackson, we'll call it a 2-hour investigation. I'll let them cover some other news, and then for like 20 minutes on SOPA and a bunch of other stuff, but then I want the guys to open the phones up and just take your human intelligence and tips from callers, because it's been you. It's the listeners that are doing this, and I should have been taking more calls. I just get so wound up and caught up in my own analysis. But why do you, as a Marine and a guy that trains police, what signs are you seeing? What do you see as the biggest smoking gun? All these special forces at the end of the race? Yeah, that's correct. I think the focus was on the Newtown kids. So we need to figure out if they were parents against gun control, parents with gun control, to see if, because I think they could have exploited that as well, that they really didn't because of the breaking news you broke yesterday.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's no doubt they're going to try to say it's probably gunpowder out of reloading, so we can't have gunpowder.
Yeah, and I just want to make one more quick statement so that you can get to other callers.
Yeah, go ahead.
I liked it when you had Corderan from Smashing Pumpkins on there. Now, I think to get him on there, to get him to do a piece on it, to expose on a different angle, like he was saying during the couple weeks ago with his other interview, I think that would be able to bring other audience to you.
I agree. Listen, I want to explain something. God bless you, sir. I'm not even trying to get an audience. I'll be honest. If we were to defeat the current globalist and turn back the tide and everything, I'd come in here 3 hours a day to the radio show and promote homeschooling or something. I'll be honest, I'd like nothing better. This new earpiece is so painful, man. I got a new earpiece. It's like hurts like a torture device in my ear compared to those other ones. Maybe put a new tip on here, the old style tip in here. so I keep pulling it in and out of my ear for TV viewers. I want everybody to spread the word about Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com because you either become big fish or you get eaten. We are in incredible danger. I tell people that come to work here that, I mean, you know, you're getting into the real deal. This is not a game. And I need people's prayers. I need your support. I need your financial support. I need you to buy the books, the seeds, the water filters, the storable food from efoodsdirect.com/Alex. They got 25% off this month, by the way. I need people to support all our sponsors. God bless you. I appreciate your call, sir. We're going to come back and talk to Colin and Joe and Jeremy and Chad and Tracy and a bunch of other people. But, I mean, this is not your average little egomaniac show where the host is on the air and has butterflies and loves going to, you know, Hollywood galas and loves strutting around and things. I mean, I just could care less. I literally, I would be hunting and fishing and hiking and oil painting and going to art shows. I'm like a redneck that likes art and literature and poetry and the symphony and also country music and heavy metal and bluegrass and rock and roll and I just love my wife and my kids and I'm just here to fight these murderers. I mean, I see them, I know who they are. God gave me an intellect to fight these people, and it's my job to burn them down. I will, with your help. We'll be right back. Stay with us, Infowars.com. That is the site the enemy does not want you to visit. Get our articles, get them out to everybody right now. This is key.
I'm Darren McBreen, and these are some of the new items that are available now at InfoWarsShop.com.
Alert the public to Obama's blatant abuse of power with the new Obama t-shirt. Obama's Joker face on the front and come and take it on the back. It's time to publicly call him out for what he is, a tyrant. Defend the Second Amendment with our top seller Come and Take It t-shirts. And look at that, women's cut tank tops and t-shirts now available. Nice hat. Plus the Don't Tread on Me flag. And now you can become a micro distributor of the InfoWars magazine. Plus, get your own copy delivered right to your door each and every month. And if you're tired like I am of you and your family being exposed to polluted drinking water, get the Pro One high-performance water filter. It gets rid of all pathogenic bacteria, cyst, fluoride, heavy metals, and numerous other contaminants.
So join the revolution at InfoWarsShop.com.
I was thinking during the break about all of this, and I was reading a comment here in an article, a Boston Marathon bombing, a staged terror attack. Let's punch this up, and let's read what Rough and Ready had to say. It says, when I first started to listen to the Alex Jones, I thought he was the biggest crackpot on the face of the earth. Most sincere apologies, Alex. I guess no one wants their comfort zone invaded by boogeymen. I am very glad that someone is on the tower paying attention to what's going on. I guess it would be like pulling guard duty for how long? Yeah, while watching the globalists commit all the crimes and nobody else could seem to see it because of their normalcy bias. Yeah, add watching everything overrun and kids dying of deadly vaccines, buddy, and then you can get it, okay? That's why I get like this. Because you just get so sick of watching it, you don't care anymore about what they do to you. You just want to defeat them. You want to stop it. I don't know how long you've been doing this, 18 years, but I say thank you for myself and my kids and grandbabies. Keep up the fight. Bravo. I suppose we all need to pull our heads out of and do something. Now everyone needs to focus on the superiors, the military, and the police forces so we can clean this mess up in an internal mop-up effort. When you find a person who strips the nose in the situation are knowingly involved and trying to disarm us, shove the communist crap down our throats, defend freedom. Making sure that our children and grandchildren remain free is the most important job. A real American. Once again, thanks, Alex. And, here's what I wanted to ask. I was thinking about during the break. I keep seeing comments, and I've been so busy I haven't been able to look it up. Reportedly Tuesday night, or was it Wednesday night? Because I woke up at like midnight last night and was reading stuff about it. And I saw it again, that our favorite redcoat, Piers Morgan, more of his employees have been indicted for conspiracy. He looks really freaked out on TV. That scallywag. Reportedly, he had Robert Baer, the former CIA guy, on. By the way, I pocket dialed him 2 weeks ago accidentally. We have Robert Baer's number in there in Colorado. Call and try to get Baer on. And Baer was saying, reportedly, I haven't seen this yet. I don't even know if it's true. I just keep seeing it on the web. I mean, it probably is if I see it in multiple places. that he was on Piers Morgan saying this could be disgruntled Navy SEALs. And he was reading that off a teleprompter, or he seemed upset while he was saying it. Yeah, was Robert Baer on there? Robert Baer on FBI investigation of the extramarital affair that caused the resignation of CIA Director David Petraeus. No, that's not it. They said he was on Piers Morgan this week. I keep saying, I don't even know if that's true. Or maybe he was on something else and people have gotten the meme wrong. There's something to that. Robert Baer reportedly said this, and I've seen it like 5 places. You see it on YouTube, some people, Infowars, you see it coming in an email. And well, send me a link then. Well, I mean, I need your help, folks. I can't do all this. Now, some stations don't carry the next hour of Overdrive. You'll need to go to Infowars.com, audio streams, or Infowars.com/listen, and there's a free video feed up there. We're going to continue this talk. Be sure to spread the word about all our AM and FM affiliates and support their local sponsors and become a sponsor. And I don't know, John Harmon was saying a whole passel of new stations are wanting to sign up right now. So people are getting what's happening. In Canada, you're on the air. Welcome, sir.
Hello, Alex.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, I got a couple of points here, man. The first one is for the patsies, Billy Joe, Jim Bob, and the other ones that they were about to crucify. I got to put it like this, man. These guys are in extreme danger because when the system changes past that way and goes a different direction, they don't just leave the other one out in the open. They have to execute and erase that. So you guys have to come out, if even one of them is listening, you guys have to come out and come forward with everything that you know.
Oh, no. When they pulled into the courthouse, they were about to roll out the guy. They said, we have the guy, we've arrested them, who we think did it. We're going to roll it out at 5. And then, oh, my gosh, bomb threat, and army trucks pull in and then pull out with a guy. And I saw that happen, and the caller was talking about it. He's probably dead already. But who knows? They may not have killed him. I mean, who knows what they've done? They may have other rednecks down the road they're going to blame it on. I mean, you don't know.
Perhaps. And my other point, Alex, is that LEOs and all these people aren't the only people with power. They have actually no power that any of the other constituents don't. If you see people breaking the Constitution, if you see people breaking the law, put your hands on them. Arrest somebody. You know what I mean? This is what I'm saying to all the people out there. Maybe what we need is roving hordes of just good people, arresting people, breaking the law.
Well, I mean, more and more, if a cop is breaking the law, you're supposed to be able to citizen arrest them, but they'll shoot you. I mean, they're on such a power trip. Not all the cops, a lot of cops are waking up, that the globalists have overplayed their hand, overcooked this. You know, it's the opposite of half-baked. They've overbaked it. You've got to really reach out and go, come on, break the trance. And with cops, go, treat me with respect. Stop doing what you're doing. Stop violating my rights. And if they arrest you for no reason, you sue them. By the way, we have the veteran on at 3, the highly decorated combat vet who was just walking out by a farm with a rifle and the cops arrested him. I've got him on the nightly news tonight. I'm going to tape that at 3. And then it'll be live tonight. Then the guys will air my interview at the end of the live, 7 o'clock to 8. It'll be live, and then we'll tape the, air the taped interview with the fella. But that's set up now. And those Temple cops need to be fired. I mean, the guy, they grabbed him. They were the ones that assaulted him. He didn't do anything. And it's really hard when a cop grabs you for no reason to not, push him back. I mean, it's wrong. It's wrong. I mean, one time, a guy started a fight with me. I was beating him up pretty bad, and the football coach ran into the cafeteria and grabbed me. He was a big guy, and I didn't resist him and slammed me up against the wall because he, had to get fired up to be able to grab me and do that. I didn't hit him because he was in the right. I was kicking the guy's butt. But you don't just come over to some guy done nothing and just go, come here, and just grab him and slam him on things. I mean, I would really have trouble putting up with that. I mean, I'm tired of men who want to assault us, but we can't fight back. It's cowardly. Don't you agree?
I think that the law provides that you can fight back, and that's what I'm trying to say.
No, that's what Indiana, to repass a law stating that. That's in common law, man. If our servants are out of order, we have every right to defend ourselves. But, I mean, I don't want to fight with the police. I don't want you to be my enemy. I don't buy into the propaganda of you're all a bunch of pig demons. The government's corrupt. They're trying to make you do bad things. I want to wake you up. I want to save America. I want our children to grow together into the future. And I think most cops want that, especially older ones who've been around and aren't on power trips anymore. It's the young steroid head ones bugging their eyes out. And I'm like, dude, you know, see one downtown bugging their eyes out. You just look at them, you go, you really want to act tough and sit here and do this? You may be able to kick my butt, but if you actually assaulted me, you're going to get in a fight with somebody who literally blacks out and goes 110%. And then I know they'd end up just shooting me. I mean, it scares me how cowardly they are. It scares me that, you know, they want to play Captain Caveman, and they're not Captain Caveman. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
I mean, you know, it's I don't want to even get off on the cops. I'm so sick of it. It's more than hating people. I'm disgusted. I want good things for them. But I open the phones up for cops. They load the lines agreeing. I run into cops. Most cops, I run into cops downtown. It's like a celebrity event. They're all listeners, and they're like, we're sorry we're told to write tickets. We don't like it either. But by the way, I like your show. And I'm like, why don't you say no to the orders? Well, we did. But, you know, I had tried everything. I'd cut back the amount of food I was eating. I was lifting weights and jogging, but nothing was working. My body was literally starving for minerals and trace elements as well as key vitamins. And as soon as I had that, I immediately could eat half of what I was eating previously and be satisfied. Now, there are hundreds of great products at InfoWarsTeam.com, but I want to point out the 3 that have helped me lose 37 pounds in just 2 months. Products like Beyond Tangy Tangerine, Pollen Burst, and Rebound. When I started taking the Tangy Tangerine and other products every day, I lost more than 37 pounds in just 2 months. Now that's results. I want to challenge my listeners to go to InfoWarsTeam.com and to order just 3 of their products, and you will see the changes in the way you look, feel, and in your appetite almost immediately. Start your journey to health and wellness today. InfoWarsTeam.com. They have they have the patsies there, all of it. The only way this isn't purely staged and 100% government is they found mentally ill, which even the New York Times, guys, just type in New York Times, FBI terror. You know, the article came out last April 28th, where they admitted, there's over 100 cases where the government, and of course we expose this, but I mean, the New York Times even admits it, come on, that they totally find mentally ill people, on average 75 IQ. They have a whole formulae, Muslim, right wing, left wing, doesn't matter, mentally ill, and they wind them up to do it. And the bare minimum is, I mean, you look at the patsies, they look like, I mean, if you saw these guys at a bus stop, you'd say, that's a mental patient. You look at who we believe they were going to go with as the patsy, because they were already saying the right wing did it. They jumped the gun, they screwed up. So I know you're all watching right now, the globalist stars, so take lessons here next time you do this if you want to get away with it. I'm being sarcastic, folks. We're all watching you. We're watching you. You think you're watching us, and you say, we're going to stick our hands down your pants, and now the Army's going to look at your papers. Okay, good. We're watching you. How you like that? And that's it, man. Army shows up around Austin, I'm going to confront them. I'm done. I'm done. I'm going to go get in their face. I'm going to say, the government staged the attack, and you're violating posse comitatus. Get out of here. You're not going to come up to me with my wife and check our papers and search our bags about protecting me. Your bosses ran these attacks, and I'm sick of it. It's simple. You want jurisdiction into my life to get over the Bill of Rights and Constitution. Your bosses are staging this while they butcher America. I'm done. I don't live in Baghdad. I don't live in the West Bank of Israel. Get your hands off my God-given rights. Comprende. Do you speak Constitution? You comprehend that, jackass? Excuse me, folks. John in Texas, you're on the air. Go ahead. Joe in Texas, sorry. Go ahead.
This is Joe.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, Joe.
Hi, Alex. Thanks for taking my call. I want to make, I'll be very quick. Number one, I wanted to say to your listeners that I've listened to you for over 3 years. I have read probably 50 books as a result of listening to you. I can tell your listeners out there that Infowars is an extremely credible organization, and the fact that you do things on such an evidence-based way of approaching the news and stuff, I totally agree with. I'm an attorney, so I take that very seriously, and I appreciate what you do.
Thank you, sir.
The reason I called today was to give you a little different perspective, or my perspective, on this Boston thing. And looking at it, I know everybody's talking about the importance of how much what I've really seen revealed over the last day or two, because I've been lucky enough to be home and watched all this unfold on prisonplanet.tv, which has been great for me. But is that it's about the power of the media, about the power of the visual media, the fact that so many perspectives and cameras operationally have been at this event. And it's been very hard for things to be hidden. I've seen the authorities attempt to use this to shape the story they want. And I've seen, more importantly, people like yourself and other people who have given information to Infowars help shape the truth. And so the moral of the story for me is that this phenomena of visual media, this phenomena is actually what's allowing the truth to unfold for us all. Now, having said that, here's my unusual perspective. Because I've seen such a powerful event take place because of all the media and all the visual footage from different angles, different people and sources, then historically my mind goes back to the fact that we have had this kind of thing occur before, and I'm speaking specifically of Oklahoma City, the Pentagon, 9/11, Sandy Hook, places we know that there's tons of visual information on, but it's being suppressed. And so here is, it just, to me, illuminates and incriminates the government even further for withholding what we know exists.
Well, think about this. These photos of the redneck suspects, of the Saudi suspects surrounded by their handlers, Army and Navy Special Forces, just crawling right beside them, and a drill they're lying about. And again, we're not saying the Navy SEALs did this. They're called out for the drill to create the confusion, and then whatever the group is from a non-profit, government-funded, liberal think tank, we all know who, folks, was involved in other events, they can then go have their patsy do it. And this is the minority of events, because they usually are too stupid to do it, they may have found idiots that they wound up and let do it. And they've been caught doing that quite a few times. So but regardless, you keep your hands off my rights. You got probably 50 people dead from this fertilizer explosion. Nobody knows. And it's like, give up our rights. Are we going to ban factories? Because they've had factories blow up in Houston and kill hundreds of people. They had a hurricane that killed 10,000 people once in Galveston. We're going to ban hurricanes? The point is they obsess over these dead to try to sell us that our rights somehow did it. And you know what? If I try to go somewhere or I run into one of these public events and the Army wants to search me, I'm not putting up with it. And none of us should. Because they had 400 troops already out there, 2,000 police, and this still happened. That's the moral of the story. You had Navy SEALs, what looks like 20 feet to me, but let's just say 60 feet. We're talking a stone's throw from the bombs, and it didn't protect you. We cannot have Navy SEALs on every street corner. And if we did, it won't protect us. So I want my rights, and they're mine, and I am demanding them. God bless you. Good to hear from you. And in law, Joe, it's about demanding rights. Rights aren't just given. They are demanded. They are demanded. Let's go ahead and talk to Tracy in Utah. You're on the air. Welcome.
Alex.
Hey, Tracy, talk right in your phone for me, honey.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Go ahead.
First of all, it's an honor to actually get to talk to you. Me and my boss, Sonia, listen to you every single day, and we are passionate, and we know that we have to get out there and get the public to see what's going on and to write letters. And that was one of my questions was, I would like to write letters to the editors here in Utah, and I wanted to know if I could use Infowars, your name, and the reporter who they
well, let me explain how the First Amendment works. Hollywood, if it's for entertainment or something sold as entertainment, you have to get basically permission for pretty much anything unless it's a public figure or something well-known. Everything else is wide open. I don't need permission to shoot news footage on the street in a public place and put it on TV. We'll be filming all the time, and somebody will walk through our image and go, "You're not allowed to film me." And I'm like, "It's for news, sir. Sue me." So let me explain. You can use Infowars anywhere as long as you're not selling something out of it. You can talk about Infowars in a novel you write. You can, even if it is fiction, you can put it on a bumper sticker. You can what people always ask, "Can I write about what you're doing?" And I'm like, "Of course you can, but not because I authorize you to." So yes, do whatever you want. Everybody's got permission for whatever they want to do. As long as I have to keep my copyright, because David Icke was so nice years ago. He said, do whatever you want with my material, and people then took it, copyrighted it, and then said he couldn't publish it. So that's why I have copyright on a lot of my stuff, is so I maintain my right to use it. But it's fair use for all of you, but not by me giving you that fair use right. That fair use is inherent. So study fair use, man. But absolutely, feel free to write letters to the editor all the time. Every day we get emails. Can I write a letter to the editor about Infowars.com? Well, yeah, of course you can. You can write a letter to the editor about how you like the Cowboys, or about how you like strawberries, or how you like Vincent van Gogh. I mean, you can write about how you like Gerard Depardieu, or however you say his name, or how you like George Lucas. I mean, whatever. You can do or how you like Drudge Report. Letters to the editor about Drudge Report. Great idea. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but it's not that I'm giving you the permission. You understand? You already have it.
Well, that's okay. Well, I just want me and my boss and others believe exactly like you. If we don't stand up and fight for our rights, we're going to lose them, and people have to wake up. And that's what we want to do, is get the word out.
Well, they think you're so stupid that they had all these operatives there when they did these bombs. And again, they weren't there looking for a bomb either. It was totally staged. And now they're covering up who they know really did it. You think we have ideas? They know because they did it. This isn't an investigation. This is a whetting of the appetite. So people need to get our articles on this out to everybody. I mean, this is an info war going on right now, folks, over who can control this narrative. We've caught them with their pants down. But if we don't expose that, they won't go down. God bless you. Good to hear from you. Let's talk to Chad in Ohio. Go ahead. You're on the air.
Alex, good to talk to you. Hey, I know it's early, but the fertilizer plant in Texas, there are some videos surfacing on the internet. Some people have taken videos from different vantage points.
Yeah, you see the fire jump from about 100 yards away into the building, but that's the fumes of the cooking fertilizer, and then it just like gasoline fumes catches on fire. I don't think it's a missile. Go ahead.
What I see is something that's moving against the wind. The smoke is moving off in one direction, and there's something actually coming in.
I've seen something looks like that. I just don't know anymore. I mean, would they blow up something to divert away from the bombshell that their whole op got blown? They canceled all this stuff? Yes. I mean, it is a possibility. But, I mean, everything can't be a conspiracy. I mean, I have to see proof. But, yeah, the videos are suspicious.
There's a mass awakening. I mean, your ratings is a testament to it. People are really on the ball. It's amazing how fast the cover stories are falling apart for the Boston bombing. People are just, they're looking and they're skeptical, and they're going to break these stories. One other thing I'd like to bring up is the reason that we can have such conversations about these false flag attacks. I think one of the deadliest false flag attacks on American soil, 9/11, has woke a lot of people up. And the organization that has done, I think, more than most to lay out and break down the forensic scientific evidence is, of course, Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth. I would love it. I mean, these guys haven't been sitting on their hands. They've been very active, and I would love it if you could have Richard Gage back on your program.
I hear you, brother. God bless you. Good to hear from you. Let's go to Julio in Illinois. He's been a We Are Change reporter and done great work for us as well. If this is indeed Julio, I'll recognize his voice. Julio, is that you, my friend?
It is, Alex. Aloha. How are you, my friend?
Good, man. This is crazy what's going on. What's your take?
Absolutely is crazy. Great job with the work. I mean, what I do when big events happen, I stay away from the corporate media and I go straight to local media, and that's what I did on Monday. And I was able to record WCVB. It's Boston's ABC owned and operated affiliate, ABC5. And one of their reporters, I found this very interesting, said that the head of FEMA, which is Craig Fugate, was in Boston.
Oh, no, that's true. They were all there. They were all there. Just like they were all there for 7/7 bombing. Yeah, no, that is confirmed, yes.
It's just so fascinating to see. And just watching yesterday, corporate media, oh, we found someone. They arrested someone. John King of CNN, oh, it's a dark-skinned male. And then within 15 minutes, oh, wait, we don't have that. Wolf Blitzer on Monday said numerous times, remember, folks, first reports may always be false, and then 2 minutes later they have someone on plugging the white extremists, the right-wing extremists. Last summer, I was at Oak Creek, Wisconsin, following the Sikh temple shooting, and I had the U.S. District Attorney of Wisconsin, James Santelli, admit to me that the government likes to use those types of labels, even though they have no proof that someone's a domestic terrorist.
Well, let's stop right there. Next time there's a bombing or shooting in your area, immediately go to it. And I mean, you may see feds standing over kids shooting them, you know, to have a higher death count. I mean, they act like they can cover everything up. But listen, just like I said with Kurt Haskell when they caught the government getting him on the plane and later it was confirmed and the FBI came to his office, tried to intimidate him, we are blowing every one of their ops now because this isn't the old game. We know their tricks. But still, they have such disdain for the public. They don't care if we're out here exposing them. They're like, oh, we'll just call them conspiracy theorists. But it doesn't work anymore. I mean, do people understand? You know, I called Watson this morning, and I said, this is 20 times bigger than anything we've ever been a part of. God bless what's happened. Good job. You know, right now we've exposed it's a false flag, but now we have to get it out to everybody. But we have the proof. We have them. We have them now. And I said, no, it's not a 20 times bigger. It's 100 times bigger. I cannot tell you, Julio. I'm sure you know this. We have caught them with their pants off. I mean, we have them. And lying about the drill. We have these bastards. And praise God. I mean, it shows commitment. If you are committed and you study and you focus and you work, these are men too. That's why they're so scared of us. It's why they put poison in our water to dumb us down. Well, once you're conscious of what they've done to us, you just gut up more in your brain. I mean, if you tell yourself to boost your IQ, it'll boost in a crisis. Humanity needs to get out of this slug-like trance and take action, Julio. And we're going to win this thing. Anything else?
Yeah, I can only speak from experience. I covered the NATO summit. I was officially credentialed for that. And I can speak from experience covering high-profile events that they make sure to check your bags before you enter anywhere. I was checked by Secret Service in the media.
No, they admit they had people searching bags. See, bombshell, you just said it. They are on record. In fact, tell my writers right now to look this up because I heard it on the news. They were searching bags at the start and finish line. Why then did they let 20 people or more in with giant black backpacks? I mean, this is so incredibly obvious. How did the bombs get in when everybody was being searched? Again, inside job, anybody.
For them to say, oh, we did a bomb sweep twice, that's a lie. I covered NATO. They did bomb sweeps every 30 minutes. They made sure nothing entered that wasn't supposed to enter.
Because that's actual globalists who might actually get bombed by one of their compadres. I mean, there's real infighting. Exactly. No. You get a proctology exam near a G20 or anything. I mean, this is incredible. Thank you, Julio. Great points. Get that video out on YouTube, or you may have already done it. Let's talk to Jeremy. You're on the air, Jeremy from Indiana.
Alex, hi, Jeremy. How are you?
I'm all right, brother.
All right. I just want to commend you so much for what you're doing. I don't even know where to begin. First of all, everything that happened in Boston, thank you. It's not a surprise. It's happening here in Indiana. We can't even get you on the radio in Indiana anymore. I'm at Purdue University. Right after this yesterday, they said there's a bomb on campus. All the guards came out, the SWAT team, everything. They brought robots out. They blasted it. It was a real windy day. It was a information flyer holder for a realtor in the street. They never told the school it was anything else. Kids are running around scared, and now they're high-fiving each other saying, oh, we were victorious. We were ready for this. This is what we trained for. This is what we do. And
no. America doesn't manufacture things now. We give degrees to people to mind us and run our lives and boss us around. And young 20-year-old Army officers now who are MPs walk over and go, line up, give me your stuff. And your family goes, yes, sir, here you go. I mean, this is our servants taking us over. And, of course, if they can blow up a few things and take our life over, guys, put up the image of papers, please, here in America. I mean, I'm sorry. Snot-nosed kids come over to me and go, let me see your papers. I'm like, you know what? Go to hell. Your boss is staged 9/11, and I'm sick of your crap. Jeremy, thank you. Noah in Tejas. You're on the air, Noah. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to tell you about Monday. I clicked on Drudge. He had a live feed. I clicked on Drudge's live feed to the coverage of the bombing. And when I clicked to it, they had on there somebody being interviewed named Chris Condon. And when he was being interviewed, he said, you can still get this feed. I don't know if you can go back and get the archives on Monday, but it was between 2:50 p.m. Central Time and about 3:10 p.m. Central Time. But he mentioned controlled explosions.
Oh, no. We have news articles where they went. We had controlled explosions as part of the drill, and then and we have witnesses saying drill. No, they did that. And they go, that never happened, and the Boston Marathon never happened. But Santa Claus is real. Yeah, no, you're right. No, that's what I mean. I'm like, okay, controlled explosions, drills. You say there wasn't drills. Our reporter brings it up. There's no drill. There was a drill. Now we have the Navy SEALs and the troops. There was a drill. There was a drill. You're lying. I mean, we've got them. Exactly.
Sir, I hope you can get that. I couldn't get it. I didn't know how to go back. I'm not very savvy with my computer, but
yeah, I forget who Drudge linked to. He had a link to a local.
It was Bloomberg TV or Bloomberg News, or in other words, when you went to it, it said big letters, Bloomberg.
Yeah, everyone needs to do this because again, I can't do everything. You can't do everything. Our millions of listeners need to go out. And we're going to cover news when we come back with the other hosts, and then we're going to take your calls on ideas. Everyone needs to go out. Everyone needs to go to the 2 different TV feeds that are online of that day and watch them with a note and pad, and then call into shows, email the link, or if you have the capability, grab it, put it on YouTube, and listen, we're going to destroy them. They're smoking guns. There's probably the Army handing the guys the bombs. I mean, there's probably video of the guys, detonating it. I mean, we've got them. We already know they did a false flag, and they just think you're too lazy and too stupid to do it. So, defeat the enemy. Defeat the enemy. God bless you, Noah. Let's do one more. Tony in Florida, then my guest hosts are coming in. Tony, you're on the air.
Hey, Alex, how's it going?
History, man. History's happening right now.
Yeah, I know. I just want to make a few comments about President Obama's speech this morning. He gave a good recognition to the city of Boston, but he failed to make any mention on its revolutionary roots. This is where our country was started. Patriots Day, I'm originally from Massachusetts. That's to memorize the Battle of Lexington and Concord. And that was the British coming to take our arms. And it's what we're seeing right now. It's just amazing.
Yeah, and they got a red coat openly saying he's a red coat and is conquering America on his Twitter, pissing on us. I agree. No. Yeah. Well, Piers Morgan's, you want to fight, pal? You got one, you punk, snot-nosed bastard. You come over here and urinate on me and my family, you're going to get it, punk. We're going to overrun you with info, send you back to England to face prison. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to come back with Jakari Jackson and David Knight and your phone calls and some other breaking news and then more phone calls. Ask yourselves, what are you doing in this time of great challenge? What are you doing to unlock minds?